Today, we're talking about perspective. You know what that is. We all do. We all hold perspectives. We hold perspectives on people, places, situations, information. And that perspective and how we take it impacts so many aspects of our life. There's a fantastic children's book written by Fiona Robertson called The Tale of Two Beasts. And in this tale, there's a little girl, and the little girl is walking through the forest and she comes upon what she labels a strange beast. She decides to rescue this strange beast, takes him home, names him Fang, washes him to make him clean. And then she's surprised when Fang runs away. The second part of the book is told from the perspective of the strange beast. And this little strange beast says, "Here I am, happily swinging along a tree, when then this strange beast abducts me, takes me back to their secret strange lair, and makes me horribly clean." It's a lovely reminder. There's always perspective. There's always two sides to a story. The question is, are you willing to examine that alternate side? Because perspective shapes how we feel, how we think, and how we act. It's going to shape how we interact with people, the decisions that we make, the things that we do. We have perspectives across all aspects of our life, and we often rely on it without consciously thinking how it's shaping the decisions that we're making. And yet, when you can really understand perspective, how it's influencing how you turn up, when you have the ability to do what we call perspective taking, and perspective taking is that ability to step into the shoes of someone else, to really see the world through the lens that they're using. It opens up a whole raft of opportunities. Research shows that it can enhance ethical behaviour. It can increase social bonds and social cohesion. It can also reduce stereotyping. It can also help when you negotiate. So Columbia University academic Adam Galinsky has researched this, and what he's found that ability to take someone else's perspective, to get inside their head, is an incredibly powerful skill when you're negotiating, because it increases your ability to uncover opportunities, to increase the ability to reach an agreement, and also make additional gains when you're at that negotiating table. When you are actively trying to see the situation from another person's perspective, you're using different cognitive skills to examine what's in front of you. You're looking at the information through a different lens. You're not relying on what you've seen in the past or what you've heard in the past. You're open to different reasons. You're challenging your rationale. You'll challenge your logic. You're also more open to understanding where the other person is coming from, what their triggers are, what it means for them. You're more open to listening. You sit and hear what they're saying rather than immediately rushing to judgment. Psychologist Steven Pinker once said, reading, it's technology for perspective taking. When someone else's thoughts are in your head, you're observing the world from that person's vantage point. It's a skill. It's hard to do, but when you recognize the benefits, you can also recognize why it's so important to do. But just as we hold perspectives on others, we also hold perspectives on ourselves. And that's important to challenge too. Now, many of you will have heard of terms around, emotional intelligence and the whole concept around self-awareness, driven a lot by Daniel Goleman's work. And it's so critical, because if you don't understand what triggers you, if you don't understand how you make decisions or what motivates you to do what you do, it's hard to be open to challenging your own perspective. Part of this is recognizing that really understanding ourselves, getting to know who we are, our triggers, our motivations, likes, dislikes, there's a lifelong journey in all of that, because learning about yourself never stops. Adam Grant, who's an American psychologist from the Wharton School, recounts 16 studies And the studies involve thousands of workers. And in those studies, what they were looking at was examining whether co-workers are actually better at recognizing how a person's personality is going to affect their job performance. It's a fascinating study to read. It's worth having a look at because it challenges us to think that sometimes we miss things. Sometimes we can think that we're good at being aware of who we are and how we show up. But often people around us will see things that we just can't see. Holding a perspective doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong. With all of this, it's just being open to changing your perspective, to hearing different things. Because when you're curious, when you're open to thinking about things differently, a whole new world can open up to you. So, lens shifting. I'm going to give you some tips, some things to think about. Firstly, seek regular feedback from people that you trust. Feedback is important because that's the only way you're really going to learn about how people see you, how people experience you. Be open to different ideas. If you hear something that makes you feel uncomfortable or that you don't like, sit back. Don't immediately jump in. Don't go into reaction mode. Sit with it. Ask yourself, why am I not agreeing? What more might I need to know to fully understand this? Understand your triggers. What is it that triggers a reaction in you? Because when you better understand your triggers, whether it's a person, a situation, or an event, you're better able to notice, I've been triggered. I'm now no longer in my wise one. I'll have the emotional part of the brain running the show. That means I'm far less likely to hear things, to look for different perspectives. I'm going to go to what I know. Be conscious about the choices you make. Are you using that automatic instinctual part of the brain, or are you open to that deep reflective thinking that we all need to do on occasions? And lastly, embracing diversity of thought. Look at who's around you. If everyone around you is the same, think the same, do the same background, it's far less likely that you're going to have people around who are going to challenge how you think and how you see the world. Learning, discovery, all of this, it never stops. But the best thing is, it's fun. Because when you're challenged, when you can start to sit back and go, wow, there is a different way of seeing things, a whole new world can open up. Lots to think about. Take care. Have a great week.